Hey, fabulous eighth graders. I hope you had an amazing winter break. We are back with just 2 weeks left in the quarter. This week is week 17, January 4th through the 10th. Let's get into it. This week, there is one final lesson entitled How Does a Jury Trial Ensure Justice? You will notice that Buzz originally planned for you to take a quiz. I didn't like the quiz at all and couldn't figure out a way to make it useful. So I just decided to have you do an assignment instead. So you will do the fillable assignment. I gotta change that word there. And then the other thing that you're going to be doing is the review for this week. So let's take a peek. For 0307, we're looking at how a jury ensures justice. There is a lot of vocabulary here, and you're going to want to make sure that you do that well. Of course, you can click on the glossary here if you want, or it is embedded throughout the lessons. There's a lot on the vocabulary. Notice we're going to start on tab 3. What happens during a criminal or civil trial? So when you go there, it is listed right in here. It talks quite a bit about it, including the question on mediation. So the questions that are right here are right up on top. And then it gets into the steps of a trial. Now you'll notice I took screenshots of what's happening here just to help you work your way through that. The next thing is tab 4. It talks about why juries are important. Navigate on over here, and that's pretty straightforward. Tab 5, what does the verdict mean? I'm sure you've seen on different shows where they talk about the verdict. And again, you're going to want to take a peek at this to answer these questions. Tab 6 is really weird, but I want you to get into it. I want you to spend some time. And it asks what it's like to be a juror. And so let's take a peek at this. I'll just kind of give you a heads up on what it looks like. So you're going to enter into the classroom. You're going to tell it your name. And then it's going to ask you which case you want to be a juror on. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have you do both of them. So you're going to click on civil. It's going to walk you through who each of the individuals are. And then it's going to click on some of my thing so that they know you looked. Their voices are super. So anyway, you're going to work your way through it. And what I'm asking you to do is to tell me what the case is about. I give you a little hint right here. As a juror, do you think the defendant is liable? So you're going to work your way through it. It's super awkward. Do it anyway. Do you think the defendant is responsible for what the plaintiff says the defendant is responsible for? And then what is the outcome? So you're going to finish working your way through it and then say, you're going to, as a jury, make a decision, and then the judge is going to say, okay, here's what happens. That's what I want you to put here. Same thing with the criminal case. Okay, little awkward. Do it anyway. Their voices are really pretty spectacular and entertaining. So, The other thing that you're going to do this week is the review for Unit 3. This looks a lot like the other ones that we've done. Notice tab 1, Foundations Review, looks just like this. You will notice that there are a few things over here that do not show up here because I made sure to remove the things that we didn't study because there's no reason that should be on the review. Tab 2, Different Concepts. So notice you're just doing the matching. You've done this before, pretty straightforward. A lot of vocabulary in there. Tab 3 gets into skill building. And what you're going to want to do is use these questions to answer. You're going to want to answer the information here and then bring your answers over here. Notice I do ask you, when would you use a Venn diagram or a web diagram, etc. The last thing, tab 4 has some recap questions. You got this.